Unity is a fundamental principle of design. It is the glue that holds things together. But you must have heard the phrase, variety is the spice of life, right? A good design must contain both principles to be successful. Too much of one or the other can create dullness or it creates complete chaos. So what is unity? It's when a design has a sense of wholeness. You could use the word proximity, since a design needs to be pulled. All the elements together need to work together. Elements in a design are close to one another, while elements farther away will seem less related. You might think this only deals with space, but spacing is only part of the equation for successful unity. You can achieve unity through a variety of ways besides just spacing things next to one another. Unity through line uses line as a surface texture or uses actual lines to reinforce shapes and form. Unity through shape uses like shapes to reinforce similarities of elements or the meaning of things. Unity through color uses repetition of color or similarity of value or intensity of a color. Unity through texture or materials reinforces meaning. Again, the meaning attached to a texture or a material being used over and over in a composition to create unity. Unity through repetition creates patterns, which also helps to build cohesiveness. And unity through opposition or transition, opposites create tension, which can create unity. Tension creates interest. It becomes an emphasis point, and if you use it sparingly and if you're careful with it, it can also create unity successfully. I brought up opposition last because, again, too much unity will create dull and boring work. So you must also strive to, again, integrate variety, emphasis, and contrast in your designs. Simply put, contrast is just creating a note of difference. One note might be an emphasis point. Multiple notes in a composition of difference might create a pattern within a pattern. But creating contrast should always be done with scale and proportion in mind. How big something is in relation to how small something is in the same composition. Whenever you size objects, you need to consider scale. Scale is a judgment based on the relation of one thing to another. Again, you see or feel things in relation to one another. We first judge scale based on ourselves, our bodies. Human scale is primary to understanding all scale thereafter. While you are deciding how to use scale, you must consider proportion. Designing with proportion in mind will ensure unity. If you can see a comparative relationship between objects in your design, size of objects, quantity, ratio of objects, then you will achieve good proportionality. And your work will be more balanced as a result of using proportion. If you design without being aware of proportion at all, most likely your work will be unbalanced and not be successful. So we all like the familiarity of sameness. It's safe. But that is not what we should be striving for in good design. Sometimes being safe is not playing or taking risks in design or art making. Striving for the best design and success is to embrace diversity, contrast, and variety, all balanced with the right amount of familiarity.